Hello. Today, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, directed by Matt Reeves. This film takes place some years after the events of the previous film Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and it shows a remarkably different world. Humans and apes have in their separate ways, and it's a film more focused on the apes. There are a lot of themes running throughout this film, from family and loyalty and trust, and trying to rebuild the confidence between two distinctly different groups of people who, as Caesar says towards the end, that maybe they're not that much different. Andy Serkis plays Caesar again, and he is really good and works really well within the film, and I think he's really good to play Caesar. He just is so good at what he does, and you really believe in that character and you really sort of sympathise with that character. In the first film, the human character was played by Philip DeFranco, and he gets a brief cameo in this film. When I say brief, it is quite brief, but it's really poignant, and it's nice to see what becomes of that environment, but we don't know exactly what happened to that character, although there are several clues within the film itself, but I'll let you judge that for yourself when you see the film, or go on IMDb and it will tell you there, but beware of spoilers there. In this film, the main character is Malcolm, played by Jason Hart, and he does a really good job. His character is very believable, and he works really well against Andy Serkis as Caesar, and those two have an interesting connection, and it works really well. And you know, it's what it would be like. It's distressful at first and trying to bridge the gap, and even though a lot of things happen, they still trust each other, and it's good to see that sort of trust develop. Gary Oldman stars as one of the other main humans, what they call Claude Dreyfus, and he's sort of the leader of the human sort of settlement who sets out with Malcolm, and they sort of are kind of in charge together, sort of thing. But he has a sort of more sort of authority stance, but he's the main leader guy anyway. And it's interesting to see his motivations and how they change throughout the film, and doing what he does, thinking it's justified, and trying to save the people and help people, and also he plays a key role in setting up for any other future conflicts in next films, for example, so he does a really good job. That being said, it's interesting to see the apes and how they develop with teaching schools and families and hunting and protecting themselves and fighting and all those sort of things. And it's interesting to see how that sort of thing is similar to sort of human society and human behaviour, and how close they really are. And basically you get to see some conflict in this film, both family-wise and society-wise. Although the beginning of the film is a bit slow to begin with, it picks up the pace really well, and it ends on a really good note. Just over 2 hours long. It doesn't feel too slow, it doesn't feel like time is dragging. It's sort of the perfect amount of time for the film. It's not too short and not too long, and it just works really well. You get a bit of backstory before you see this film, so you don't necessarily need to see the first film to understand what is happening in this film. If you have seen this film, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Be interesting to hear what you have to say. Thank you for watching. My name is James Hayward, and I'll see you again real soon.